What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you another friendly war recap video with AintNobody, Spartan Clan, Learned Power, Casimir Effect. There's a few others, and I'll put if I didn't mention them here, I apologize, but I'll make sure to put all the clans involved and their clan IDs in the description. It's not really so much the victory. But it is 105 and 103. Casimir did get more total destruction. The reason why it's not so much about the victory is because this special friendly war had some unique restrictions. There was no dips allowed, so 10s had to hit 10s, 9.5s had to hit 9.5s or above, which in my opinion was a bit sketchy because a 9.5 hitting a 9.5 is basically a 10 dipping down on a 9, but that's neither here nor there. And a lot of 11s, though. So you had a lot of 11 on 11 action, so on and so forth. The other thing is that you had to use one ground, and at least 50% of your army had to be ground-based, and one air, I think is what the restrictions were for this war. So it was a lot of fun. So with this replay, we will focus on the learned power replays, and to give them the due justice and respect of the replays that they deserve, rather than times two everything, I'll make a separate video for the Casimir Effect afterwards, so be on the lookout for that. All right, before anything else goes, let's just go ahead and say, not Bluetooth. We need to do something else. We said, do not disturb, because I forgot to do that. So to start off, let's go with number one. Put my notes to the side here. Number one, 11 on 11 3-star. Kana, who also was in the last friendly war. Gonna do air attack with a giant to help mitigate some of that damage. Point defense coming at the loon, but also to get the ground, all the troops out, which comes out baby dragon Valkyrie combination. Opening up the wall using the tank using the BK to tank, and then the troops attract everybody back inward. BK ability already used. No warden yet. BK, for some reason that baby dragon decided to hit the BK rather than the queen. Stalling out point with that witch, but eventually the queen wins the fight against the cannon, and got an air defense, 1 of 4. Even though all 4 bows are set to multi, queen will get at least I think she does. Nope. So 3 hounds going through the first air defense, completely and utterly far away from the eagle, which is what I thought was just balls. Air warded right behind it. Haste where needed. Got to get that air defense down so that all of his tankage move along with it. But basically, this entire raid, you guys want to know how bad the update was for base building? It's pretty bad. Look at this. It misses the eagle. It was trying to get the eagle and the inferno at the same time. Opted to get, unless he was targeting the inferno and the sweeper to make sure he gets there. Either way, the eagle almost never existed on this raid. It was so nice, and I'm really excited. I think this is just a taste. It's just a taste of what you can probably expect to see in the Champions War League when that comes back a week from now. Just a sick raid, and he had a minion or 2 left over for cleanup on the outside. We go to times 4. Has an unbusted hound. Just damn. Nice job, Kana, leaving the Town Hall for the end. And that, my friend, is a Town Hall 11 on 11 3-star, which I know a lot of you guys have been asking for. And I suspect that we're going to start seeing a shit ton more of them post-update. Let's move on down to Jan, which is yet another 11 on 11 update. 11 on 11 action. And look, he's already got the new walls, which I thought was interesting to see. They do look like glorified level 3 or level 4 walls, I must agree. Not sure how I feel about that, but they do go in line with the theme of the eagle and the warden. But I think they dropped the ball on that. I'd rather have the old max walls. Bowlers inside here to get rid of 2 air defenses At least he's aiming for 2. He got 1. He's working on that second one on the bottom, which is BK should reroute to get. I think he has just enough gusto, level 31. A couple more shots, and that should go down. So two air defenses, CC and Queen all done, but 2 Infernals up, but yet they're set to single. I know somebody I saw in the comment section of the clan chat stating, like, you know, you shouldn't Lalo a single infernal infernals. I disagree. Yeah, look at that. Look at that infernal. Single infernal target. Just to erase one of the hounds, but it's still the turnaround that you get is you'll see it more on the top here. The return on investment you get to sacrifice 1 loon when you Lalo like this is because you still have a shit ton of more loons left over. You don't have that multi-stream, which are unhealable, and so you have a lot of wounded or thin loons coming in to finish off the attack. Plus, once the hound busts, you have all these pups that distract the single target infernal. So, ideally, you don't want to use dragons on single target infernos. You want to use Lalo on single target infernos, and you want to use dragons against multi. It's actually the opposite. As we go to _2, that was really nice, Jan. I just thought I should say that out loud because some people were asking about that, and I saw some wrong information or advice being given out, but it also wasn't being given out by Town Hall 10, so I don't blame them. That's that. We'll move on down to number 8, Luke the Great with a great Town Hall 10. That's sweet, sexy 10-on-10 action. Cleaning up my mess where I did a stoned baby dragon attack that was not planned properly. But really, the story is that one. What he uncovered was what I should have done, which was an infernal tower, 2 air defenses, and a queen and CC all right by each other. I admit my heart was not in this war, and it should have been. However, this was such a nice raid right here, and you can see why, as we just came from in single infernal and targeting infernals on a Lalo. Now we're going to see the multi, and you can see the difference that it makes. To the loon impact, because he actually misses a freeze. He almost, in a sense, bags a spell. Queen does get hung up on this high hit point CC, but she should reroute to the left and get that air defense. Once he didn't even wait for it, he's already started on the Lalo portion, double stacking that first AD as you should, and he has 1 more for the back end. But look at that single target. Look at the multi-target as they come in here. They move so slow if you don't have a haste on them that those. All that damage can't be replaced right now as he starts to lose about 3 or 4 of them, and he almost doesn't get the infernal, but does. He has just enough, and he has a rage for the back end. But had he have frozen that multi-infernal, he would have had loons for days on the back end here, just loons for days. Really nice job. Already started a wizard on the top right up here that I have highlighted. That's already started on the trash wing. As the lava pups get trolled by the BK, and he's got a poison for swag. Nice job, Luke the Great. Really nice Lalo. Go to ×4. Let's move on down to some 9 action. And for 9s, you know, it's really hard to pick from. A lot of great attacks. But I opted to look for those that were low levels or also 6-packs. Phoenix was one of them. Low-level heroes, I should specify, not ability. So we have max Town Hall 9 defense. Actually, I take that back. There's no bow. So 8.5 shoots. Had I have known that, I probably wouldn't have picked this one. But nevertheless, it's still a great one because he only has... It's fitting. It's appropriate. You know, he's 11-10. Uses the loons to get the CC lure. Go to ×2 because he does have to drag it away, and it's a witch. BK to tank is such a cute little teen heroes here. Look at this. Look at this, man. They're like late for Chuck E. Cheese. So this is where that witch gets deadly with no poison for her. It just stalls out the queen, forces the ability. I know that's not what he wanted to do. He could have kept it, but then again, he doesn't have infernals to fight either. I'm sorry, I'm still stuck in the last raid. He doesn't have X-bows to fight Starts with the max hound. I'm sorry, starts with a level 2 hound first. Double stacking it. This is a fresh hit too. I think Phoenix had a 6-pack this war. Look at this queen. Really, the story of this, as you guys, we'll just zoom back so you can see how everything unfolded. The angle that he took was very clever. That queen gets distracted. She snipes away so many loons and so many pups that it looks like it's not going to work, but it does. And really, I think this is a good point for me to start telling you how I feel about the update. Do I think the loons are OP? If you haven't heard, welcome from being underneath the rock. They're fucking OP. They were awesome before. It's not like this attack strategy wasn't done before. It just was a little bit harder. At the end of the day, it was just a little bit harder to do. But the damage, not per second, rate of attack. The rate of attack these loons have, the increase. The overall combined effect that has over time is that it basically saves you a lot more loons so that when you run out of your tankage power, you can overwhelm whatever's left. And you don't need as many loons. They have the same effect, so that means you can make sure you get that 1 or 2 left over for a bag on cleanup. So is it going to absolutely wreck and Town Hall 9 is doomed? I'm of the opinion it is not. I'll just keep it simple. It's not. And why is it not? As we go down to number 40 here. Nice job, Phoenix. As we go down to number 40 here for the Town Hall 8 taste, I thought this was also really nice. Just a standard cold blood Goho. But why I think Town Hall 9 is not broken is that the definition of being broken is hogs swarm at Town Hall 8. Like it's like spam your troops, don't fall asleep, and it's a 3. That means it's broken. Prior minor nerf, that was broken. You spam all your minors and it's a 3. That's freaking broken. The hit rates of that people were not kidding. They were damn near guarantee, especially dips. But with Town Hall 9, it's not like that. Not yet, at least. I don't think we've gotten quite there. It fell victim to the intent, which was to help out 10s and 11s. And I think it accomplished that goal. I think it helped out 10s and 11s. Subsequently, it just made 9 a lot easier. So here's my basis of why I don't think it's broken or it's dead per se. Look at the hit rates of Champions War League prior to update, and then I challenge the person that's in charge of it, share the hit rates, I'd say 1 or 2 weeks afterwards, after we get back, week 9 and week 10. I'm sorry, week 10 and week 11. Let's see what those hit rates are all across the board, 9, 10, and 11. And I predict, I think our hit rates at Town Hall 9 was between 50 and 60, and I'm talking league-wise. Fresh hit 3s clears that whole deal. And then 10s were like 30, and 11s was like 10%. I mean, right? Pulse update, I think you're going to see across the board 20 to 40% jumps. So that means Town Hall 9, I think our hit rates are going to be about 80%. Town Hall 10s are going to be about 50-50. And you're going to see about 30 to 30% in the town, 20 to 30%. 30 might be generous, but in the Town Hall 11 hit rate. That's my humble opinion. I also think, with the last 30 seconds here, really nice Hog Swarm Calico, that we're going to see a lot more play with the Town Hall 11 only, which I thought was smart, being able to have an elixir spell in the CC. At Town Hall 10, the clone spell is just too damn expensive. Resource and troop space and spell space wise. I have played with it, and I've seen it work in other strategies, but prior to update. So now post update, I think it takes away some of that cost, that risk involved with investment of spell comp, right? I don't have any examples, but I just suspect some people are going to play around with that, and you might see a lot more usage of the clone spell than normal, than what we've seen at 11, just to be played around with. If we can ever get away from loons. So there's my humble opinion. There's the attacks from Learn Power. Great job by everybody there. Again, check the clan description. I will have all the clans that participated in this, as long as they're clan IDs, so everybody can check them out. Thank you to Learn Power, who were gracious hosts, and a special shout out to Bill the Cat, who helped organize this as well, that I worked with to make sure that my people got to the right place at the right time. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and I'll check you next time.